don't know if we use that word. I'm not sure it's a real word. Every one of us does. We cannot identify, none of us can identify with Abel. Every one of us in this room identifies with Cain. You hear me? But every one of us split. This congregation splits. I'm not going to say left, right, because I get in trouble when I do that. We split on what God said to Cain. He said, if you don't do well, everybody raise their hand. That's me. Wow, nobody else raised their hand. If you don't do well, the sin offering lies at the door. And he wants entrance. What's the sin offering? The sin offering is Jesus Christ. The sin offering is he who went to a cross. He didn't come to this earth to show his love. He didn't come to this earth to feed a bunch of hungry people. He didn't come to this earth to teach us how to live together in peace and harmony. Kumbaya. He didn't come to this earth for any of that. He did that, but he came, all of that was a sign to show people who he is and why he came. He is God Almighty. He is the creator. He is the one who created all things. They were created by him. They were created for him. His purpose is the purpose that this universe must adhere to. When all things become what they need to be, he will be the one sitting on the throne for all eternity, and all things will be under him. You, I, everyone, even those who refused him in this life, will come to a point where they will honor him and declare of him that Jesus Christ is the Lord. Sin offering lies at the door, he says. Jesus Christ lies at the door. And those who have not done well can open the door and say yes to Jesus. And by saying yes to Jesus, you're saying a bunch of stuff in there, okay? But you don't have to worry about all that stuff. By saying yes to Jesus, you're saying, I ain't good enough. I'm a sinner. I'm separated from God by my essence and my choice. And the only way out is Jesus Christ, who said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. So when you say yes to Jesus, his blood that he shed washes away your sin. He takes your sin. He puts it away as far as the east is from the west. He buries it into the deepest sea. He says, I will remember it against you no more ever again. But there are those who will refuse that covering of righteousness that Jesus offers. Cain was one of them. And Cain, in his wrath, went and talked with his brother Abel, verse 8. And it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And he buried him. And the Lord said, Cain, where is Abel thy brother? Oh, I got to tell you something. My heart breaks with gratitude for that question. Did God know where Abel was? Yes. So why did he ask the question? Because even after murdering his brother, out of jealousy and rage, because Cain refused to do the simple things that God had asked, refused the offer of salvation, his place of authority over every aspect of creation. As it should have been, it will be. And he says, here is my place. And I know we talked about this last week, but my goodness, how often do we need to talk about it? In Revelation 21:3, he says this, the dwelling